And so the three of us, my father, my younger brother, and I, was just leaving my grandmother's place so that we could come back to the city. But before we could actually leave, some group of people decided to stop my father's car. They decided to stop my father so that they could actually praise him for the car. So my father stopped. Right? So my younger brother and I are sitting at the back. For some context, this car is a Maybach. Now you guys can actually understand why they were leasing the car. Cool. So my younger brother and I are chilling at the back. I was just looking at them. We're like, okay, it's fine. We're used to this. Nothing much. And then as they're praising my father for the car, they're asked to look inside. Cool. So this group of people, there were about 4 of them. It was about 4 people, right? So it's 4 people. Okay, I think I might be lying. It might be 5. Nah, it was 4. It was 4. So it's 4 people. So my father opened the doors for them. They're looking inside. Cool. Once they were done looking inside, they closed the door. But there was this one guy, some random man. He wasn't part of the group of 4 people. I don't know where he came from, but somehow he knew my father. So, my father, of course, is on the driver's seat. My younger brother and I are at the back. This random stranger, he was drunk, by the way, so I'm gonna call him a drunkard. He's gonna be known as the drunkard character. So this random drunkard, right, came all the way to the passenger side, across from where my father was sitting, and he tries to call my father multiple times. Now, I'm assuming my father didn't hear him, considering that he was preoccupied with the group of 4 people that are all in his face. Right? Cool. So after a while of calling, this guy proceeds to open the door. This drunkard. He proceeds to open the door without my father's permission. Tries to get inside. Already there's a problem, right? But let me tell you what it is that makes it worse. Now that front seat, it was, can I say it was folded? Was it reclined or inclined? Okay, I know when you're saying a seat is reclined, it means it's backwards. But what's forward? Forward must be inclined, right? As in the seat was folding forward. That's inclined, right? I hope it is. Anyways, I'm not going to use that word, so I'm just going to say this. The seat was folded. You guys know what I'm trying to say. So the seat was folded, right? So the seat was pushed forward all the way to its limit and it was folded. The reason why it was folded is because behind it is where my younger brother was sitting. And his seat extended completely so that he could sleep. But he wasn't sleeping at the time, of course, because the people were making noise. But his seat was completely flat. It was open. Those who know what a Maybach is or understand the features of a Maybach, they get what I'm saying. You know, the leg rest was out, the seat was back, all that. So of course, the front seat has to go forward to make space for the one at the back. So you can imagine what was going on in my younger brother and I's heads when we're looking at this drunkard and he tries forcing himself in this seat. This seat that clearly has no space for him. He's a grown-ass man trying to squeeze himself in this small space. So my younger brother and I are just looking at him. And we keep quiet about it because of personal reasons that I can't tell you guys. But just know that we kept quiet about it. So I was staring. And then after a few seconds, my father looks away from the crowd. And I think he was about to drive off. But then he looks to his left. And he sees this random drunkard trying to squeeze himself in. And he's like, he's mad now, he's furious. He's like, your mouth. Yeah. Starts cursing and all that. Gets out. Circles around the car, goes all the way to the passenger side, drags this man out, and starts asking him why it was that he was doing all of this. And then gives him one slap. He slaps him. Right? He yells at him, slaps him one more time. And then he yells at him again. Then he looks inside the car. I think something was broken. I don't know what it was, but there was some stuff in the front seat as well. So, after seeing whatever it is that my father saw, he got furious again and gave this drunkard one more slap. And I guess the drunkard couldn't take it anymore, so he decided to fight back. So he tried hitting my father. My father somehow dodged it. And now it's on. It's on. Hell is breaking loose. So these men are about to box each other, right? And as they're boxing each other, my younger brother actually tried stepping out. He opened the door and tried stepping out immediately, but I called out to him. I was like, wait. And the reason why I told him to wait is because I noticed the first group of 4 people that I mentioned. Why am I saying the first? The group of 4 people that I mentioned earlier on. I noticed that they were trying to break up the fight. So eventually, it's either the fight was going to stop before anyone got hurt, or my father was gonna win. It's one of the two. It was clear that my father was gonna win. It was clear. It was clear from the get-go. That's why I wasn't worried. But then, as this group of 4 people is trying to break them apart, some random fat guy, some random fat adult comes running out of nowhere, and now it's a 2v1. It's a drunkard and this fat man against my father. I gave my brother the get-go to let loose. I unleash him. I'm like, go. So he goes out running. So the fight was taking place on his side. So, cool. So my seatbelt was on at the time. My seatbelt was on. And remember, I said my seatbelt was on because I didn't expect to fight, okay? I didn't expect to fight. But, hey, after telling my younger brother to go out, quickly took out the seatbelt, opened the door, and had to cycle around the car. By the time I had just cycled around the car, everyone separated. To let you know what it is that my younger brother did, before I tell you what it is that I did, what I saw before I actually went out, is that my younger brother actually just went and speared the fat guy. He just dived into the fight, into the middle of that chaos, and speared that fat guy. And by the time I actually managed to circle around the car, it's 1v1s now. I don't know where the group of 4 people were. I know they were there. It says that I had some type of tunnel vision. I couldn't actually see quite clearly. But what I do know is that my father was isolated with this fat man, and then my younger brother was isolated with the drunkard. So I'm thinking, who should I help here? Right? And as I'm thinking, mind you, I know it sounds as if all of this is taking time, but to be honest, it isn't taking time. Like, by the time I came up with a decision as to who it is that I'm supposed to be helping, it probably took about 2 seconds. For me to go around the car, it probably took about 5 seconds. For this whole fight, from the start to end, probably didn't take long. It was probably about 2 minutes. So don't think that I'm taking my time here. Don't think that I lack awareness and that I can't act quickly as a man and all that. No. Okay? Anyways. So as I'm trying to decipher who it is that I should help, I hear my younger brother screaming. And then I'm like, okay, I'm going to help him. My father can handle himself. Both my father and that fat man are standing there just boxing each other, you know. You get? So my father could handle himself. But then as I was walking towards my younger brother, yes, I was walking, I wasn't running. As I was walking towards him and his situation, I saw that they're on the ground. In my head, I'm like, why is this guy on the ground, man? We have so many years of fighting experience. Professional fighting, as in wrestling and kickboxing and boxing and all that. I actually have more of the experience because I did multiple martial arts. Plus, I was training the hardest. So, yeah. But I would have my times when I would tell him, like, when I would train him, and I would tell him the mistakes that he shouldn't do. And what he should do to avoid these mistakes. And the number one thing that I always tell him not to do is to not be on the ground when in a fight. I guess that all went over his head. when he was in this specific fight. It's okay. It's okay. So I get there. They're on the ground. I noticed that the drunkard's jaw is open. So I give him a clean hit to the jaw, and it kind of seemed as if he went numb for a bit, almost as if he got knocked out, right? And then my younger brother got out and went to help my father. Now I'm checking out the drunkard to make sure that he doesn't get up. And by the time I'm sure that he's not gonna get up anytime soon, I get up, I turn around, and then I find that fat man running towards me. I'm like, damn, where are these people? I swear it was a 2v1. It was a 2v1. It was my younger brother and my father against this fat man. How come he's now running towards me? So he's running towards me. I don't know what was going on. Like he was running, and he was running somewhat like this. So something like this. As if he was charging at me as if he's a bull. Right? So I caught him like this. Pushed him back, kept my distance. And then he going for a punch. I went down for a takedown, a single leg takedown. I know I said you shouldn't be on the ground, right? But this is different. This is different. For those who actually understand fighting, it doesn't actually count as me being on the ground. Okay? I was just going for a takedown, and then I was gonna get up immediately after doing so. So I stooped down, I grabbed his leg, I put him down, and then I got up. I didn't proceed to pound on him or anything like that. I let it be. The guy is big. His own body weight took him down. I didn't even do much. All I did was lift his leg and the guy went down. I didn't have to pull it or anything like that. Cool. After that, the group of 4 people managed to break all of us apart. Everyone was cool. My father and that fat man are suing each other. I guess my father lets the fat guy know that it was the drunkard's fault. He tried breaking some stuff in the car, yada yada yada, it's an expensive car and all that. I can't even say it was resolved. They just let bygones be bygones. Then we left. Now when we're in the car, my younger brother and I start talking about it. In fact, I'm actually skipping a part. So after driving for a while, my father decided to stop at some gas station so that he could refill the tire. Yo, I hope I'm saying it right. Yeah, so that he could refill the tire. Sharp. As he's doing so, he starts praising my younger brother for getting into the fight and doing the most. Right? And then he says, I shouldn't even bother fighting anymore because I'm too much of a chess boy. I'm too much of a serial boy to be getting into fights. Okay, I clearly care too much about me being clean than me actually defending him. That's what he made it seem like. And in my head, I'm like, we never would have won without me. I don't think you understand. My younger brother was on the floor screaming not long ago, and you were on a tight 1v1. I was the game changer. I came there and made the decisive moves. Okay, composure. So once my father left, I told my younger brother, I'm like, hey, tell him what happened, tell him that I helped you. And my younger brother was like, how did you help me? I know that I saw you through the corner of my eye, through my peripheral, that you were somewhere, but I don't understand how it is that you helped me. How did you help me? Then I explained to him the situation that I got there, I punched the drunkard, he kind of went numb for a bit, and then, yeah, my younger brother got up and left. And he was like, oh, I guess I kind of did feel him let go of me for a while, which gave me the chance to get up and leave. And after he said that, I asked him, now that you're talking about your fight, why were you screaming? I saw I heard you screaming. Why were you screaming? What happened? And he said what happened for him to scream is that the drunkard grabbed onto his balls. Oh, but I don't blame that drunkard if you're being beat up by a child. If I was an adult in my 30s and I was being beat up by a child, I would also do the same. Yeah, I would also do the same. But yeah, that's what happened. But anyways, So to conclude all of this, turns out that I actually did knock out that drunkard, right? And I was the game changer in the fight. I know I'm the one who actually did the least. But then again, I don't have to do the most for me to be man of the match. It's kind of like Messi. Messi doesn't spend most of the game running around. In fact, he spends most of the game, probably about 70%, 80% of the game, maybe even 90% of the game, just working. But when he does get a chance to touch that ball, he does the most with it. And with me, that's basically what I did. I didn't do the most, but when I did get a chance to lay down some action, I did just that. Imagine, my father is on a 1v1 with that fat guy, boxing each other. My younger brother is on the ground with his drunkard. They're taking their time. And then with me, give the drunkard one fight, one punch. That fight is done. Okay. To be fair, he was on the ground and he didn't see me coming. I kind of came from his blind spot, so it's fine. But with that fat guy, it was quite easy. Just went down for a clean takedown and I took him down. And then that was it. So the reason why I didn't even want my younger brother to get on the ground with a fight, when he's in a fight, is because when you're on the ground in a fight, you're not aware of your surroundings like that. Anyone could come out of nowhere and take you out. Look at what happened with the drunkard. He was on the ground, and unfortunately, my younger brother had backup. Now imagine if my younger brother didn't have backup and it was a drunkard instead who had backup. What was gonna happen after that? You get. That's why I don't advise being on the ground when you're in a fight. But yeah, that's to conclude the story. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoy your day. My name is Dimo and you can actually find me on Instagram and TikTok as simply.demo.